Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Welcome back. Thanks so much for stopping in. So today, it's a September TBR, my reading plans for September. It's already September. I say that every month. I think that I can't believe it's this month yet, but here we are, and I'm glad. It's September is good. So we're just inching closer and closer to spooky season. Am I right? So let's talk about my reading plans for the month. I did already put a TBR for my Shorty September plans, so I'll link that below if you haven't watched it yet, you want to. And so this is like kind of everything else that's going on, my book clubs and buddy reads and group reads, all that kind of fun stuff. And there are actually 2 more readathons happening that I want to at least participate in a little bit. So I made some plans for it, and I'll just kind of get to what I get to for them. But they sounded so fun, so I want to at least again try to participate. I got a lot of books on my TBR, like usual. I mean, it's like usual. But I love it. I love making plans. I love making TBRs, and but I don't stress them very much. There are a few books that are like I will definitely get to kind of things, but it's all just fun. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about book club and buddy read, group reads, all that kind of good stuff first. So I am a part of Rachel over at the Shades of Orange, her Patreon book club, and we always have a great time reading over there. And our pick for September is Psycho by Robert Bloch. I'm so excited to finally read this. I love the movie, but I've never read their source material, so I cannot wait to read it and kind of get into the mind of a Norman Bates and just see what the book is like, and see how they transferred that to the movie. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Words. Okay. So very excited for that. Now the Stephen King read along that I've been participating in. Gosh, how long have we been doing that now? At least 1.5 years-ish, maybe. So he has a new book coming out this month, so we are just going to read that this month. Of course, Fairy Tale. I don't really know much about what it's about. I haven't really looked into it too much. I know it's kind of chunky, so maybe I'll find the audiobook. But I think it's coming out like the first week of September. And of course, this is we talk about the Stephen King books over on Brad Proctor's Discord, so I'll link Brad below if you would like to join in on that. And yeah, so for Kelly at Kelly Hooked on Books, my pal Kelly, she has her book club, the From Hell book club, where she picks us up some vintage horror books. And this month, I'm super excited to finally read Harvest Home by Thomas Tryon. This is one I've been dying to read forever and ever, just never have kind of thing. I think it's sort of a classic of like folk horror. And I'm so excited to read. I read the other by him and I liked it. It's a very kind of strange story. But I'm definitely excited to read more. So yay. And Kelly, of course, does the VC Andrews read along. And of course, everyone I mentioned, I'm going to link below. You know that. So, but we are going to be continuing on with the Castile saga and reading book 3, which is Fallen Hearts. So we're gonna continue to follow Heaven and her trials and tribulations. I don't know. Look at that. We'll see what she gets into this time. I've been really enjoying the Castile series, so I'm excited to keep going and dig more into that. And like the others, I'll probably do the audiobook for it. The audiobooks have been really good for that one. The narrator, I don't know her name now, but she's been really wonderful. So yeah. Let's see. MJ over at Reading This Life is hosting a sort of group read along for the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Because of the new Lord of the Rings show that's coming out. What's it called? Rings of Power, whatever it's called. Yeah. This is what I've been wanting to read for a little while, but I've just heard it can be a bit tricky and difficult to get through. So I thought, why not try to read it with the group, and maybe I can get through it that way. And I did. I found an audiobook for this on Scribd, I think, too. So maybe kind of with the audiobook and reading through it, maybe it'll kind of help me get through it. I know this is basically just kind of a bunch of stories put together in the realm of this world, right? So we'll see. Of course, I'll link MJ's channel below So you can get her a link to her Discord if you're interested in joining in. Are you gonna plan on watching the new Lord of the Rings show? I'm excited to watch it. It looks really good. Okay, so my little book club that I have with some friends of mine, I just have a little Facebook group where we chat about some books, and we have picked Gods of Jaden Shadow by Sylvia Marino Garcia. I'm finally reading this. I've owned it since it came out. What was that, 2019? And there it has sat on my shelf. Yeah, 2019. It's sat there since then. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. I know this is a fantasy story with like some Mayan kind of elements thrown in. I'm really excited. I've been really enjoying the books that I've been reading by Sylvia Marino Garcia. So I'm excited to check out more of her fantasy type work. And this cover is always so stunning. Every time I look at it, it knocks me out. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't really want to know too much going in. I just know I want to read it, kind of thing. And it's not crazy long either. Just a little bit over 300 pages. So I think it's gonna be fun, and I think it'll be a good book to chat about. You know. Okay, what's next? Gods of Jaden Shadow. Okay, I've got a buddy read with a couple of friends of mine. We are gonna be reading Nova by Samuel R. Delaney. This is a sort of space opera. 1,000 years from now, following some stuff that's going on. It's a little confusing when I read the back of it, so I don't know. I read Babel 17 by this author, really enjoyed it. So I've been wanting to read more by him, so I'm gonna do it. And I gotta read with a couple of friends, so that'll be even better. Alrighty, what else have I got going on? Okay, yeah, so Steve over at Steve Talks Books is hosting a group read for Negative Space by B.R. Yeager. I jumped on that like nobody's business. I've been dying to read this. I picked it up after hearing, I'm pretty sure Juan over at Plagued by Visions talked about this. Really, really liked it. I liked what he had to say about it. And I said, okay, I gotta pick that up. Bought it. Of course, I didn't read it right away. But yeah, so I don't know. It sounded really great, so I'm gonna read it. And Steve is doing a live show. I forget the date. It's either somewhere about mid-September. I'll put the information below. I'm gonna do a chat about this over on his channel too. I'm excited. I'm really excited to read this. And it's the cover. It's so good. All right. Oh, Book Blather. Yeah, they started doing some little group reads on their channel. This one's an if I have time kind of thing. I do really want to read it, but I just wanted to mention it at least anyway, just in case you want to. Just in case I got books falling all over the place. Just in case anyone else wants to jump in. So in September, he's going to be doing Zombie by Joyce Carol Oates, and I think you follow like a killer or something in there. I'm not really sure. I remember Ollie was talking about it over at Criminale, and it sounded really good. So again, if I got time, I'm definitely gonna try to get in on that one because it sounds good. And of course, Kelsey over at Slime and Slashers has her Midnight Book Society, her really great book club, and she has chosen The Amulet by Michael Mcdowell for September. I haven't read any Michael Mcdowell. I feel like a poser, you know. So again, I'd love to get to this stuff, guys, but if I've got time, because I just, I really want to read this author, and I really enjoy Kelsey's live shows when she talks about her books and everything, so I would like to hop in if I can. Okay, so that's already like a million D-books. But let's talk about the couple of readathons that are going on also. So first up, I'm going to talk about the Upside Down Readathon. And this is just a week-long readathon. It's from September 5th through the 11th. And I first saw the announcement over on Liv's Libraries channel. But there are 6 hosts for it. So Naomi's Library, Lauren Love Reads, Liv's Library, Bookphoria, Sorry Booked Solid, and Pride and Paperback. So just like I said, a fun kind of week-long readathon celebrating Stranger Things. I'm wearing my cool Vecna shirt today. So yeah, I just wanted to participate, like I said, even if it's just a little bit, because I love Stranger Things. We know this, and so yeah. So they've got 5 prompts for the week, and they've also got like some photo prompts that you can do over on Instagram too. I'll link their channels below so you can check out all of the details. But let's see. So the first 4 questions are based off the 4 seasons of Stranger Things so far. So number 1 is to read a book with lights on the cover, and I couldn't find anything, but I am gonna plug this in for it. And this is Phantom Lover by Rebecca York. This is a Harlequin intrigue, and yeah, I'm calling these lights. They look like there's lights with like a mist in front of them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make it work because I couldn't find anything else that I had. And there's also this thing here that's called 43 Light Street. So we're gonna make this work for it. And this is kind of ties into that other readathon that's going on. So 2 birds, 1 stone, am I right? So in a darkened bedroom of Ravencrest, Bree Brennan, great name, was seduced by an unseen lover. A lover whose scorching kiss was strangely familiar. Was her midnight caller Troy London, her one-time love, or was it the mythical ghost who haunted the cliffside windswept estate on the California coast? A PI, Bree has come undercover to Ravencrest to find its owner Troy and ensure his well-being. But Bree knew she was out of her league the moment she saw its dark rock spires and its creepy inhabitants who claimed a crazy Troy was a prisoner in his own chambers. But Bree heard his husky voice, felt his sizzling touch. Exactly who was weaving an undeniable erotic spell around her? That sounds good, don't it? Yeah, I'm excited for that. It sounds really good. Okay, so for number 2 is to read a psychological thriller, and I'm already reading Psycho. I'm going to kind of plug that in for that prompt because I think this is definitely a bit more of a psychological type of story. Norman Bates is, he's a little cuckoo, right? So I'm going to plug that in for that just so I don't totally overwhelm myself. And I'm already reading this, so I think it'll work fine, and it's nice and short. So okay. A book with multiple POVs, and I am planning to read, since it's an Upside Down Readathon, I'm going to read some of the Stranger Things graphic novels. So all of these will be from different points of view. This one is called The Bully, and so this is following the bully from season 1. Pretty sure. Troy, yep. And then I've got Erica the Great, of course, so we'll be following Erica in this one. And then this one is called The Tomb of Yabun. Is it Yabun? Look at Bob. So I'm not really sure what this one's about, but let's see. Will and Mr. Clark discover a mysterious map. Oh no. Yes, a mysterious map left by Bob. And it looks like they go on this trip. That's maybe all of the Goonies. I'm not sure. So these will be from different perspectives and kind of tie into the Stranger Things theme of the week. I think it'll be fun. And book 4 is the book that number 4. That's right. Yeah, a book that includes a game or a competition, something like that. And I'm just going to plug in the other Stranger Things graphic novel that I have, and it's Dungeons and Dragons. And I think we're just kind of following them playing Dungeons and Dragons. Looks like something else happens. Follow the crew as they discover the legendary monsters and epic adventures of the Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role-playing game together. I'm going for it. Okay, and number 5 is to read one of the group reads, buddy read picks by one of the hosts. So each host has picked a buddy read to do based off of their favorite Stranger Things character. It was really cool. They did a really good job picking those out. I'm going to go with Lauren Love Reads on this one, and she chose favorite character as Steve. We all love Steve. And she chose The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davison. I have this on my Kindle, and I've been, wanting to read for a while, still haven't read it. You know how we do. So if I have time that week, I definitely would like to try to get into it. It sounds like a really fun book. I think it's perfect for Steve too. I think it fits the kind of the babysitter theme, right? I think it's going to be fun. And it's just going to be fun. So that is the Upside Down Readathon. It sounds really fun. And again, I'll link all those channels below. So if you're interested in digging into that fun readathon, you can learn more about it. So what's the other readathon? Well, of course, it's Autumn Amour. It's a month-long readathon, reading romance. And I'm kind of excited about it. But I do have to get a book. Hold on. Had a book fall. Okay, so this is, of course, the brainchild of the Bookish Bryants, another one of their kind of genre-themed month-long readathons that they've been doing. And so they've planned one for romance, and I'm super excited. So again, each week has its kind of own theme and prompts to kind of help you pick some books. And they put words. So they put it as kind of an and or kind of situation, and which I think is also really fun. So for week 1 is to read a historical and or a contemporary. I'm going for a contemporary, of course, and this is where I'm going to plug in that Phantom Lover, as previously mentioned. Definitely sounds more of a contemporary type of story, and it just sounds really good. So I'm really excited to read that one. So yeah. I also wrote down on my Kindle, I have A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. I like to have some Kindle books kind of picked out too, because I can kind of read those like at work, like my lunch breaks and that kind of thing. They're kind of easy to read while I'm waiting for an appointment, that kind of thing. So I picked that for that. Okay, now week 2 is sweet and or spicy. So you determine your level of spiciness here. I go spicy. I am a spicy reader. And book 3 is coming out for the, what's it called, the Never King series? I can't remember the name of the series, but Their Vicious Darling by Nikki St. Croix will be coming out in September. I will be reading it. I have loved the first 2. This is a very dark romance stories about kind of in the Peter Pan world. Kind of reverse harem, very steamy, very dark, but super interesting also. It's really, I have enjoyed those so much. So yeah, and then I did pick a little ebook as well for this prompting, and just if I have time, and it's book 3 of the series of I think it's called the Drift series, but it's Wild Card by Susan Hayes. Now this is a series that has cyborgs in it, so it's probably a sci-fi or erotica story. They're definitely steamy, but they're also really interesting. The world that has been created with these cyborgs who were like previous what's the word, like soldiers. Essentially they were created to be soldiers in this like big like corporate battle that had happened previous to when the kind of story starts up. And so once the battle was over, it was like, what do we do with these cyborgs? And so they kind of like won their independence and are now kind of just living their lives and that kind of thing, and having jobs and that kind of, and anyway, goes from there. And these are all a sort of menage situation type of books. So you have a female and 2 males that are always in the situation. Steamy, but really fun too. So number 3, I think, is really fun. It's the haves and or have-nots, because a lot of romances actually feature rich people. They just do. But there's also a kind of a rags to riches kind of side to it also, which can be really fun, kind of a Cinderella story, But I picked this up recently at the thrift store, and I thought it could be a fun. I mean, it's part of the Fortunes of Texas, so I'm assuming we're following rich people. But this one's called Wedlocked? ? Exclamation mark. It's by Pamela Toth. So we follow an attorney. Cole Cassidy, fantastic name, rushes to his mother's side when she is accused of murdering wealthy Texan Sophia Fortune. Okay, got some intrigue here. He has convinced his mother's being framed, but the questions remain: why and by whom? In the scandal-ridden days that follow, Cole gets another shock. The private investigator hired by the Fortune family is Annie Jones, the ex-cop he loved and left when she was accused of a crime she didn't commit. Whoa, there's all kinds of crimes going on here, but nobody committed them. Okay. So Annie never forgave Cole for not believing in her innocence and feels edgy and angry working so closely with him. Okay, this is to be an enemies to lover type of story, especially since the chemistry they share is stronger than ever. Okay, I don't need to read any more. This is going to be fun. Yes. But it sounds like it's going to be rich people. So, I plugged that in for that. All right, so number 4 is to read a traditional and or an independent or self-published romance. And I went with indie self-pub stuff, and these are on my Kindle. I've got Rafe, a Buff Nail Manny by Rebecca Weatherspoon. I read Zenny by her, loved it. I loved that book. And so I've been dying to read Rafe, which is like technically the first book of that kind of series. But I'm so excited. And also I have Made It to the Alien. We follow Ruins story. This is by Kate Rudolph, another kind of sci-fi romance. I think those are fun. I just really have a lot of fun with those. And I'm not quite sure what this is about, but it's like a trilogy. I'll check out book 1 and see what I think about it. And I thought I could, I like to read short stories through the month, where I just kind of read a story a day-ish through the month. And I do have a short story collection picked out for Shorty September, but it's only got 5 stories in it. So I thought maybe I could pick up some romantic short stories for like maybe the rest of the month, or sprinkle throughout the month. Also, I do have one of the Hot Blood books on my Kindle. I've got Hot Blood, I think it's number 9, Crimes of Passion, Tales of Erotic Horror. So I thought maybe I could just kind of sprinkle some of those stories throughout the month also, just to up the romance ante for the month. I think that could be fun. So I put it on the list, and we'll see how that goes. I've read a couple of those Hot Blood stories, and they can be a lot of fun. So that's it. There's my approximately 298 books I'm going to read for the month. So it's a lot. But again, I just have fun with it. There's a few that I definitely will get to, and then the rest is just fun things to pick from for the month, right? So yeah, let me know if you're going to be doing Amour, the Upside Down Readathon, you're joining into these like book clubs or buddy reads. Let me know. I'll link everybody down below also, so you can check everybody out. And that's going to do it for me. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great September, and next time I'll see ya. Bye.